Hi everyone, I'm back with another article Buffet. This is Mzansi Political Channel. While we edit Buffet, click the like button Buffet, click the subscribe button Buffet, share Buffet. So today Buffet, I'm reading an article by Mashudu Sadike. As everyone is fighting against this VAT the increase thing, except the NC, the proper NC. The NC has lost its plot, guys. It's lost its way. Since a long time ago, NC has been out of touch with with people. People don't know this, that the NC has been out of touch. Cosatu says government can take pension fund holiday to avoid VAT hike. Not holiday, they just cut the thing when Cosatu, they should cut the thing. The Congress of South African Trade Union Cosatu has weighed in on the contentious issue of the proposed value-added tax hike, including a suggestion that Treasury start discussions with the government employees pension fund over a pension contribution holiday as the government scrambled to find a solution to the 60 billion shortfall in the budget. Yeah. So they need to raise 60 billion. Yeah, but they cut the salaries and the benefits of the ministers and everyone else in parliament. How? Finance Minister Ino Kotongwan is expected to provide a revised budget to cabinet on Monday after last month's budget was postponed as GNU Government of National Unity close bracket partners could not reach consensus on Kotongwana's decision to increase VAT by 2%, guys. Oh, too much, by too much. Just for people to steal the money, yeah, it's too much. It is understood that the President Cyril Ramaphosa will propose a VAT increase of between 0.5 and 1% tomorrow, but the DA led by John Stesen is adamant that VAT should remain at 15% and not hike should be allowed. No hike should be allowed. During the apartheid years, guys, apparently this VAT thing was not there, guys. This VAT was introduced in 1991. Guess who admitted for that hike? It's the ANC, Baba. Throughout the apartheid years, there was no VAT apparently. It was only introduced in 1991. Just imagine. Yo. The new date for the budget speech is March 12, and Cosatu Parliament Coordinator Matthew Parks has urged the Treasury to initiate discussions with the GEPF in a bid to raise about 53 billion through withholding the employer portion of pension payment for 1 year. He said the Federation had given government a variety of options to consider. Some may be practical and others not, but the idea is to give government different options to consider. Yes, come up with plans, come up with suggestions. Don't be a lazy thinker, just like the ANC. You just wanna steal from the poor and just quick solution. That's like this act, the Bella Act and everything act. They don't wanna end the NHI. They don't wanna build quality hospital. They don't wanna build quality school for black people. They wanna ride on the wave of the Afrikaners of the white people that they claim to hate so much. One option could be government employee pension fund holiday. Park fund managers are the real beneficiaries of the GEPF, and the fund is funded at 110% of its capacity. Is overfunded, and there is a space for government to have a 1 year contribution holiday which would amount to 53 billion. He said the GEPF is a defined benefit scheme, and whether it makes profit or makes losses, the amount paid to the workers remains the same. The GEPF is a defined contribution benefit scheme. It is the largest pension fund in SA and one of the largest in Africa and the world, managing more than 2 trillion for more than 1.2 million members. That's too much, man. Park said if the government chooses the option of a pension contribution holiday, then it must provide guarantees to the public wage agreement. It must ensure that the vacancies are filled as promised and that the conditions of workers are improved, Park said. These things should be done based on ethics, guys, man. He said the GEPF holiday was possible and was an alternative to the implosion of the state, and while the other proposal would carry no risk for workers, this would have to be explained to them carefully. Park said the federation was against any tax increase for the poor. They want to tax the poor. I can't believe these people. I really cannot believe the ANC. I really cannot. We have been opposing any VAT increase because it's unnecessary burden upon the poor. Workers are already struggling to survive, and there has been a high cost of living increase, especially with regards to electricity and petrol prices. Parks insisted, yeah, the petrol prices always increasing, guys. He emphasized that Cosatu is not opposed to taxation, but rather the unfair distribution of tax burden. We think there are alternatives. We have been engaging the government. We think there are easy ways to shift expenditure. It is easy to raise money by increasing the tax among the wealthy and improving tax collection by supporting SARS. Yeah, you can collect tax better rather than increasing tax. Actually, they should be decreasing this VAT thing, or they should be asking how did the National Party manage to make South Africa the richest country while they didn't collect any VAT from no one. So they didn't steal from the poor. Cosatu stands on the VAT is a stark contrast to the government's proposal to increase VAT by 2% from 15 to 17%. The proposed hike has been met with fierce resistance from opposition parties, including the DA, which has returned to vote against the budget if the high VAT hike is included. Imagine the DA Baba is dying to fight for the poor. Shout out to the DA this time around. The DA has proposed alternative measures to cut expenditures, which it claims that it would cause savings equal to the extra 60 billion that the government had estimated would be raised through the VAT increase. These proposed cuts include a 50% reduction in government advertising budget, 83% reduction in travel and catering expenditure for government officials, and hiring freeze for all non-essential government employees. Guys, cut expenditure. They are catering for officials. These people, their flights are being paid for to go to anywhere. Guys, I equivalent only. We can't be taxed as to fund the fancy lifestyle of politicians. We can't. We can't. We are not opposed to taxation, but we are opposed to taxation that disappropriately affects the poor, said Stenhazen. We believe that there are alternative measures that can be addressed to address the budget shortfall without placing an undue burden to the poor, the DA said in a statement. The controversy surrounding the VAT hike has sparked a heated debate about the fairness of the tax system in South Africa. While the government accused that the VAT hike is necessary to fund essential public services, critics argue that it will disappropriately affect the poor who already bear a significant burden of the tax burden. Cosatu's call for the government to tax the wealthy more than the poor is a step in the right direction, said Sandile Swan, a political analyst. Everyone who has common sense should do that, should think like that. Everyone, except the NC. Clearly, the NC is not pro-poor. Poor people, the NC is not pro-you, guys. It's not pro-you, that political party, at all. Hey. Or maybe all political parties are not pro-poor, but the NC is worse, man. Hey. The current tax system is regressive and the poor bear a disappropriate burden of the tax burden. It's time for the government to rethink its tax policies and ensure that the wealthy are contributing to their fair share. Another political analyst, Dr. Thabo Mokoka, said the Cosatu and DA were correct in asking the ANC to reconsider its position. It remains to be seen whether the government will heed Cosatu's call to tax the wealth more than the poor, Mokoka said. Economic analyst Siyabonga Sibiya said even a 0.75 increase would be difficult for people to digest. It's only the GNU that can decide. The cabinet meeting on Monday will leave us with more questions than answers. The main question that South Africans are asking themselves is where is all this money going? Sibiya said that's what I'm saying. Mr. Sibiya, we are funding the fancy lifestyle of Abumbalula and the likes and Abu Ramaphosa. That's what is happening here. because they're not building any new cities, they're not creating jobs, they're not doing anything, just funding their lifestyles. I don't know why they don't cut their salaries to fund these things that they're funding. Guys, please like, follow, let's share bafethu, let's subscribe. This is your boy Mthembile Umbidlana Mcimbi Mkadlumbu. Chop nokwendla. Back again with another episode of Mzansi Political Journal. I'm out of here bafethu.